So welcome. I'm Dr. Verma. For those people who don't know, I'm one of the people in the Celiac Center, and this is probably my best fun day of the year. I look forward to this because for me, this is what it is all about, is having everyone here, for the children to have fun and the parents to learn something, but for the kids really to have fun and to be able to eat whatever they want to eat out there. I do want to apologize to anyone who has other food allergies. Everything is gluten-free. However, I'm sure the parents have already seen their foods with nuts, there's milk, and so on. So please, to keep your children safe, ask questions, make sure that they are not getting any of the other foods. But it is all gluten-free. I can promise you that. Nothing has come through those doors that has gluten in it. So children, relax. Parents, enjoy for one day. So we'll start the program here with everyone, and then we'll have the parents go into the next room, and the children will stay here, and there's a whole bunch of people who are volunteering to help us make this day to be really a lot of fun. And I hope you've all seen the program for the day. If not, we'll all catch up with it. But first of all, there's a special person that I would like to introduce for today. Everyone's special, but this person has done a little something different for us. And I think every person in this room does something for someone. And we feel good when we've done something for someone else. And it's the parents doing things for their children, the children doing things for their siblings or friends. But there's one person who's here today who decided that she was going to talk about her experiences going through her life with celiac disease, how she went through that, and then for a very, very important occasion in her life, her bar mitzvah, she decided that she was going to collect the money and donate it to the Celiac Center. So we thought we would invite Samantha. Samantha Traster is coming up here, and she will give us a little background of her story and also sort of discuss with everyone what she's felt about this whole disease. So come on, Samantha.
Hi, my name is Samantha Traster, and I'm 13 years old. I recently had my bat mitzvah, and as my mitzvah project, I wanted to find a way to help kids like me. When I was 7, I was diagnosed with celiac disease. During my annual checkups when I was about 5 years old, the doctors noticed that I wasn't growing or gaining any weight. I was already short, so I needed every inch I could get. This wasn't helping. My parents had to take me to the doctor every few months to get checked. They had to do all types of blood work and tests to see what was going on. The thoughts of cancer, thyroid issues, and other scary medical issues was stressful. Luckily, the doctor was smart and tested me for celiac disease, along with other diseases. When the test came back, it looked like I had celiac. We were relieved that it wasn't worse, but we still had a lot of questions. To confirm the diagnosis, I had to go into the hospital to get a biopsy of my digestive tract. We were scared and stressed. I was nervous and confused. I didn't really understand what was going on. I was scared for what this would do to my daily life. After a few days, we got the confirmation that I had celiac disease. My parents were relieved that it wasn't worse. However, from the eyes of a 7-year-old, it was devastating. I couldn't eat pasta, pizza, cereal, cake, pretzels, and many more delicious foods. I had to give up some of my favorite foods. At first, I was clueless and confused. I didn't exactly understand how to adjust. My family and I had to educate ourselves about what foods were safe and what we needed to trash. We had to get all new gluten-free foods. It was a lot of trial and error. We had to throw away lots of foods that I did not like. This is the amazing thing is that there's tons of gluten-free foods that are available to try, and more are coming out all the time. We have found many restaurants that we can go to and have found tons of recipes of food to make at home. My mom and I bake a lot, and we get super creative with things like Rice Krispie treats, chocolate chip cookie bark, and more. As a teenager, I had start to managing my food more on my own. It's time that my mom and dad don't follow me around anymore. When I go out for dinner or even just to a friend's house, I always have to think about what I can eat. I carry food with me at all times in case there's nothing I can eat. For my mitzvah project, I wanted to help kids like me that get diagnosed with celiac. When I sat down to think about what I could do, I started to think about the cost of all the gluten-free foods. As I mentioned before, gluten-free food is much more expensive. Some people that get diagnosed with celiac don't have a lot of money to try all these gluten-free foods, so I wanted to find a way to help. I reached out to my celiac doctor, Dr. Verma, to see what I could do. We talked about different ideas to help, and we agreed that by donating money, CHOP would be able to buy sample gluten-free foods to give to people that get diagnosed with celiac who don't have as much money. For my mitzvah project, I sold bracelets and I designed Super Bowl boxes in order to raise money. And I am happy to announce that I'm donating $2,000 today. I am so excited to be able to help kids like me.
So just want to thank Sammy, on just thinking about giving to other children who cannot afford the food. I think everyone in this room knows that a loaf of bread can be anywhere from $5 to $7 to $8. So to be able to get some money that one can give it to needy families, I think is a noble cause. I think it's going to be very helpful, and we will just do that. I know that we have a presentation from the foundation itself.
If you guys want to take a picture together, you want to act like you're giving it to Dr. Verma and take a picture.
Thank you. So we'll continue with the program still here. There's a few other people that I'd like to thank, but before I thank the people who are physically present here, there's a family who wanted to be here, but they are actually away, was just not working out. But Dina Mori and Shane Goldberg donated money for just specifically for the Celiac Education Day today to utilize in whatever manner we thought best. And what we thought best would be to actually tape some of the talks that are there so that they can be on the website or YouTube or anything like that, so that others who are not present here today can also be educated with that. So that was one of the things that we decided to use those funds, so I do thank them as well. And then I think our families, we all give up from the Celiac Center itself. We give up our weekends. This is not a one-day affair for us. We were all here yesterday preparing these things, preparing the goodie bags. So I do want to thank the families of everyone who was here yesterday and the previous weeks working together to get this day organized. I think if the families were not with us, we would not be able to do that. So I really do want to applaud them. You'll also find that, yes, it looks like it's a well-oiled machine, but behind that there's a lot of oil that's spilling. And in order to help us gather that, we have all the lovely people who are in these light blue shirts. So you see the light blue shirts, they are volunteering. Some of them were with us here yesterday. They arrived here really early, giving up Sunday morning to be here to help us organize this day. I don't think that we could really pull this off without having everyone help us here. So when you see them around with the blue shirts, please thank them. We're not paying them. They're doing this voluntarily. If we didn't have them, we would not be able to do this day. So once again, thank you. There's a core team of people in the Celiac Center that I really think everyone needs to acknowledge, and we'll start with Caitlin right there. Caitlin is the person who is in our Child Life team, and she is the brain behind, along with Karen. Karen, where are you? Karen is in the back, and along with Karen, who puts this Children's Day together. So starting tomorrow, or maybe on Wednesday, the two of them will start thinking again about next year. So really putting all these activities, those two people, of course with everyone's help, but they really are the people behind this. We have Patty Beerley somewhere running around who was screaming to get people in here. Patty, are you here? She's still screaming out there. So if you see her, she is the person who really is my anchor. She listens to me, I freak out, she calms me down, she freaks out, I calm her down, and we've had a team together for many years, and I think Patty and I are a good and a bad team, but we work together, and she really helps put this together. We have two people who've joined us this year in our celiac center, and you'll hear more from them next door. It's Dr. Singh, who's in the back over there. He was a fellow at Columbia University and is here now in our celiac center. And Dr. Fahey, who's also in the back over there, who was a fellow with us and now joining the team with the celiac center and really making it move to the next step. We have two dietitians, Kara Feigenbaum. She's baking somewhere. So Kara is the dietitian who has been with us for quite some time, who's here and has put a lot of the food and thoughts behind there. She's also in the celiac center, and anyone who's been to the celiac center obviously gets knowledge from her. Janelle Steinhoff, who's the other dietitian, actually just had a baby. I did tell her she could come here today. She's out of the hospital, but I think her husband wanted her at home. But Janelle has put a lot of thought, and she has been here and prepared a lot of those baskets that you see out there along with Lisa's help, but that she's done that. So I think you'll meet everyone through the course of the day, and if I've forgotten someone, I apologize. My papers are over there. I'm going to bring them. So one of the other attractions today is the abdominal snowman. Has anyone seen the abdominal snowman so far? Take a selfie. It's out there in the waiting area as well. There are all those baskets. You guys can bid on it. The next thing that you want to do when you go out in that vendor area at the break time is thank every person who's here today. For us to get those delicious foods, all the vendors who are there, you need to obviously thank them because they bring those good foods to us. If we didn't have them coming here, we probably wouldn't have as much fun. So we have vendors with foods, we have vendors with cosmetics. Some of the people in this room may want that, but there's a lot of people out there, diagnostic tests and so on. Please go up to them, talk to them, learn from them what's new, what can you really do with this. So what we're going to do at this point is a few housekeeping things. You guys know the bathrooms are 2 miles down that way. So if you need to go to the bathroom, start thinking about it. If it's now, start walking. It's on past the security on the right side there. What we'll do is I need all the children's hands up. I need to make sure that you all have bracelets. If you don't have bracelets, your parents need to find the bracelets and put them on. Everyone have a bracelet? Pull a hand up. The volunteers are all checking. Okay, whoever does not have a bracelet, please put a bracelet on. This way the volunteers know what to do when you're in here. I hope all the parents have parking passes. If you don't have, please get one of us and we have parking passes for you. The bags, the goodie bags, parents, please take them with you because they have food in it, so you'll take them with you next door. We don't want food in here for just the very reason that there are children here who may have nut allergies, who may have milk allergies and other things, and we don't want anyone to get sick today. So we really want to make sure that the parents take the bags with them.